Hello, Cosmic Friend. I am Danielle Mercurio, and happy, bright, shiny new year! Woohoo! So, welcome into the new experience of 2015, January. I hope it's starting out well for you. I wanted to take this forecast. Typically I do monthly forecasts. We're changing it up. From now on for 2015, I'm going to start doing 2 videos a month. I've been adding in more later in the months anyway, and I feel like it just makes more sense because it's a lot to remember in one month at the beginning of the month, and we need check-ins as we go, right? We need updates. We need to work with the trends as they're happening. So from now on, you can expect at least 2 videos a month from me. And today we're going to talk a little bit about 2015, the start of it, what you can expect with the onset, how it's going to trend throughout the year, as well as what you can expect the first phase of January. We'll talk about the Sun in Capricorn and the full moon in Cancer. So let's get to it. 2015. We're feeling all the buzz right now. We're feeling all the energy, all the collective consciousness around this idea of new beginnings, a fresh start, saying goodbye to what did not work for us in 2014, in experiencing the lessons that we had to learn from the past year. And all these things were set forth so that we could pull out the weeds, the things that were blocking us, the things that were creating a landscape in our life that we weren't pleased with, so we could start to plant new seeds. And that's what this time period is right now. 2015 is known as the year of abundance, the year of infinite possibilities, of anything being in your existence that you want it to be. It's beautiful, right? But at the same time, I want you to remember it's called the year. There are 12 months that go into this process of your prosperity, of what it is that you want to flow into your life. So while January is a beautiful month for the onset of all of this, realize that it is a process. And right now you're taking all those seeds that you're planting and you're harvesting them. You're giving them love. You're watering them. You're starting to see how they're going to grow, how they're going to come to life. So it's beautiful to have all of these intentions and all of these desires and all of this excitement around what you're building. And I want you to figure out a way to keep that going, to stay in maintenance mode, because we're going to need to be patient as we allow some of our ideas, whatever it is that we're kind of craving to happen next in our life to come to fruition. Now the beautiful thing is the way that the year is set up, you're going to get little hits along the way. You're going to get bursts of new money, maybe new love, job opportunities, new healthy gains that come your way. And so we're going to get all these nice little buzzes, if you will, that will keep us going along the way. And it's really going to bring us into, by the end of the year, December of 2015, really in our riches, really in our prosperity, really feeling the material, spiritual, whatever kind of wealth you're looking for in your life. Now, that being said, again, January we're in the Sun in Capricorn. It's perfect because Capricorns are all about planning, projecting out what it is we need to do to create some structure. So that's what I want for you to right now, to get really clear on what it is that you're trying to plant throughout the course of this year. What are the things that you're willing to build? What are the things that you really know you're going to put the time and the effort into growing? And also to being open. This is where sometimes Capricorns have some trouble. Sometimes they get so stuck on what it is that they're set to do that they can't see another way. And so I really want you to focus deeply on the excitement of what is going on in the present moment. Cultivate that energy. And then at the same time, be open to what's going to come from it. A lot of times when we plant something, we think we know what's going to come up, but it might be a different flower, it might be a different shade, it might be a different thing altogether. Maybe the package was wrong, or maybe someone told you it was a different seed than what you really thought. But you still gave it love, and you still gave it what it needed so it could grow, and it could turn into whatever its purpose was meant to be. And so I invite you to do the same thing this year, to continue to grow, to continue to be passionate, to continue to be willing to see whatever is in store for you. And it's a really beautiful thing, right? And so that's what these first 5 to 6 months are really going to be about: cultivation, the harvest. And with that harvest, again, being patient, realizing that if something doesn't seem to be happening, that's because something else is happening behind the scenes. And you got to just keep doing what you're doing. You got to keep staying in motion, keep staying consistent. And when we hit the May, June time frame, there might be some shakeups. There might be some times where you're starting to feel impatient. You're starting to feel discouraged. You're starting to feel like maybe things aren't panning out the way that you thought. And this is the time where I'm going to tell you to hold on strong, my dear. Hold on to your faith. Hold steady. Because what's going to come from that is going to be such a surge that you can't even imagine right now. It's not really even in your consciousness of where we are right now in January. Come July, come August, things are going to surge. And by the fall, you are going to be in so much more power, so much more in a position where you can really take things to the next level, where you can really elevate. The things that you have been planting are going to grow, and they are going to be fierce. They are going to be abundant. They are going to be full. And from there, you'll have more power. You'll have more of an ability to make the decisions for what you need going forward. So for right now, it's really about planting, being open, being curious, allowing yourself to be patient, and holding steady. And when you do that, things are really going to come forth. Things are really going to magnetize and build. Because again, this whole year is a process. And so by the end, you're really going to be feeling in your abundance, in your fulfillment of who you are, and who freaking knows what 2016 will have in store for you, right? Okay, so another thing that's happening quite soon is the full moon in Cancer. And that is starting on June, I'm sorry, see how I'm stuck in June. It's starting on January 4th at 11:53 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so the onset is going to be Sunday evening for a lot of you. And what the full moon in Cancer is all about is the full moon is the completion of a cycle. This is the time where we get to burn stuff. This is the time of month to burn, full moon, okay? So what you're going to do is if you have any of your new moon intentions that you had made at the new moon in Capricorn in December, you're going to take those. I have mine still in my little box here, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to offer them up to the universe. I'm going to surrender these ideas, and I'm going to say, keep them going. Keep burning. Keep them ablaze. You take them off further than I know that I can even do. I'll keep doing my part, and I'll keep doing my best, and I'll keep sticking with it, and I'll stay open to the signs and what you need from me. But I also trust that you've got some magic, much more than I do, behind the scenes, and I entrust for you to really take it forward and set it ablaze. And again, be open to what's to come from it. So full moon in Cancer. What does the Cancer represent? Cancer in a full moon is a time to heal any last bits that may be remaining within you. Any kind of raw edge that you may still be feeling from 2014, anything that you've let go of, that you were able to let go of. Maybe now's the time to actually bring in some forgiveness to it, or actually send love to the situation or the person that had caused you hurt. This is the time to really maximize your healing so you can really move forward into the freshness of this upcoming year. So on the full moon, in addition to burning stuff, I would love for you to take some time to really meditate, maybe journal, maybe write the person or the situation that you felt hurt from a letter. And instead of feeling like they betrayed you, instead of feeling like they wronged you, start to turn it around and start to see, where did you feel hurt because of where you're missing somewhere from within you? Where do you feel like what they did was really something that you had just done to yourself and you never really owned up to it, or you never really brought it to full realization? And so come to terms with those situations and send love to the people and the situations that brought you to this space, that brought you into this arena, so that you can move forward and go into new rooms and new opportunities and really truly release. And you want to watch out too, because of all this healing, because Cancer is a crab, it might start to make people a little bit cranky. You might notice some people are a little bit more sensitive around this time. You might be feeling a little bit more on edge. And so just be gentle, just continue to say love, and just don't get too attached or too clingy to anything that you're working on in that moment. And just really breathe through it and really, release it with the promise of new opportunities, more love, greater than anything that you were holding on to before. So that's what I want you to work on for the full moon. And then besides that, really, again, until we get into a little bit deeper into January, which we'll talk about in the next video, I just really want you to focus on this implementation. What are you harvesting? What are you cultivating? And working with this idea of patience and really elevating your worth in the process as well. Making sure that you are in alignment for what it is that you're growing. So you have all these big ideas. Are you energetically in alignment with what's going to come with those ideas? Maybe it's that you want a 6-figure paycheck. Are you energetically in a line to make 6 figures this year? Because if not, while these seeds are growing, you want to make sure that you're also growing as well, that you're elevating, that you're giving yourself way more credit for all that it is that you do. And you're acknowledging that and you're honoring that. And you're getting yourself in a space so that you can openly receive what it is that you're implementing. Sound good? Awesome. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do, I want to pull a card for you guys. I got this new deck. I've been telling everyone about it, and then I'm not using it. So it's time to start using it. It's called Angel Answers by Danielle Mercurio and Radley Valentine. Shameless plug. And so what I want us to do is to just think, clearly we have a lot of questions right now. We have a lot of things that we're kind of wondering about for this new year, for this month, for what's going to happen in the next few months. And so I just want you to kind of meditate on that right now. Think about what your question may be and what the simple answer may be, what direction these cards may give you in guidance to go forward. And again, just to be open, we're going to look at these cards without judgment and just pure excitement and curiosity. So your angel answer for what it is you've been thinking about is it's not the right time. And that's okay. It's not the right time. What does that mean to you? Think about it. And it just may mean that there's something else that you should be focusing on. And that it's not something that you have to write off the table completely, but perhaps it's another time to readdress later on in the year. So just kind of put whatever that might be, just, kind of tuck it in the back of your mind, or maybe just write it in your journal about, okay, I had this question, I asked the angels what it is that I needed to do with it. It said not the right time. I asked for the guidance to let me know when it is. I asked for the comfort of you showing me the way. I asked to be open to see the opportunities in divine time. Okay? So happy 2015 again. I can't say it enough. I'm so excited for everyone. I love seeing everyone's energy and buzz. And I will be back around January 18th-ish, before we get into the onset of Aquarius. There's also another Mercury retrograde coming up that we're going to talk about, and it's going to be a lot of fun this time, and we're going to challenge each other to rise above it, because I know we will. Okay, I will see you then. In the meantime, again, happy New Year, and I wish you much love, much peace, and much joy today, tomorrow, the rest of January, and all the months to come through 2015. Bye.